Somebody, ba-da-ba-da-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, ba-da-da-da-da-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Be-doo, doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-ba-doo-doo. Oh no, gotta fill the water jug. Life is so difficult. Do-do-ba-doo-doo-ba-doo-doo. Be interesting to see. Maybe we won't do any notifications today because Susan is mad because I uploaded another uh try not to laugh video from Attic. Gonna have to make me pay somehow. Hey, Indo and Andrew and Chrome and Streamline Dub and James and everything nostalgic. Hi, Morgan. Excuse me, guys. And Space Outlaw. Chrome, you got last night. I don't even know how it came up, but I was talking about how we had been talking the last couple of days. Had been so much in the streams about Disney conversations because you were going down, and I shouldn't have brought that up. You know, it's been all of a couple months since my wife went. Now she's like all chomping at the bit. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, it's Smash Kid. Hello.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's up? Oh,
I,
just so you know, I'm streaming right now. Just so you know when you talk, just in case there was anything sensitive.
yeah, pretty good. No, but
Yeah.
we found a once in a lifetime thing that you need to look at.
Well, show me. I'll be right. I'll be right back to stream, guys. That's cool.
They got new ones in, so I wanted to ask which one you wanted. They have the in blue and like a whiter one.
I still like the blue, buddy.
Okay, it is a bit different than yours because it is new. So
Yeah, it is a little bit different than mine. Oh, I know it well. Well, though,
the latch thing on the back.
that'll be cool to keep because the one I have, I'm keeping. You know, once you're out of school, I'm going to put it away and keep it. So
yeah, I just wanted to know if you want another one. Just
yeah,
new ones in.
Do you have money? Because I can send you money for it.
No, yeah, I'm good.
You sure? Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind, grab that for me. I'd like that. But I'm talking to the phone. Ever since Brax started at his school, I wear a hat that says SUNY Poly Dad, except for when I go on a ride at Disney and it falls off during it. The only time I've been wearing hats all my life, the only time a hat has ever fallen off my stupid head. And
Still so funny.
you know, and then it was the one time you guys. Oh, jeez. I got just a scam call was trying to come through, and then when we looked at the ride picture, it caught it perfect. Right as the hat came off, the picture snapped, and that was the one time they never put the ride on our account, the ride picture on our account. But yeah, so he just found, what I was getting to is he just found another one. They'd been out of them, the SUNY Poly Dad hat, so he's going to get me another.
Yep. All right, I'll pick that up for you then.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right, my dude. And whenever you find out about time on Sunday, let me know.
Yep, I will.
And I put in, I was over there today getting my oil changed, so I put in for your car inspection for a week from Saturday.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay? Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because they were out of the SUNY Poly Dad hats for like a whole semester. And he just found some more. Arbiter's Ground says, do you think anyone is going to be dumb enough to try to get a job at the mental home just to leak info? I personally want it to happen just for the HIPAA fines to hit that person. I'm not sure what you mean, pal. Do you think anyone is going to be dumb enough to try to get a job at the mental home just to leak whose info, though? Person wanted to happen just for the HIPAA fines to hit that person. I'm just a little lost on what we're talking about. I'll watch for your posts because I want to be able to answer you, but I'm not sure what you mean. But I'll watch. You don't have to put another super chat. I'll watch for you. I'm just looking at your icon picture so I can watch for it. Chrome says, nice. LOL, maybe you'll get to the Tron ride before me. No, she's nuts if she thinks I'm paying for her to go to Disney again anytime soon. Going to check exchange rates tomorrow. Hoping for $1.31 per pound minimum. Anything above that, the grand is what I'll put towards the Disney meal, I think. Oh, cool. That'd be cool, Chrome. No, I had told her, and it's unlikely, depending on how things go this summer and everything, when you let me know when you guys are going to be down there, if it fit into our schedule and they have some decent deals, I might her and I could go down for a couple days, but I said that's not a promise. That's just a wait and see things. Usually, the reason is usually you get good deals in October because it's slow. It's a slower time of year. Oh, Prasanna says, "How do you know when a joke becomes a dad joke? When it becomes a parent?" uh, I saw that, Andrew. It says Jussie Smollett got 150 days jail and probation. Did you hear him going? He went nuts. I am not suicidal. I just want to make sure I put it out there. I am not. Dude, you faked a hate crime. You didn't run Pedo Island. I don't think anybody's really looking to off you over it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but excuse me. What camera and mic, Enki? It depends on what I'm recording. Typically, like all the videos and the stream is just on, it's the latest Logitech webcam. They actually give you, as you can see, pretty decent quality. And I always use Blue Yeti mics. Oh, okay. He was talking about Christian. Okay. Chrome says, no, Christian is in solitary prison, not a mental home. Okay, now I'm following you. Okay, I got you now, Arbiter's Grounds. Yeah, and like Chrome says, even if he does get put into a mental health facility, anybody stupid enough to try and get in there and leak somebody's information should probably be in a mental health facility themselves. I mean, just insanely, you'd have to be a complete moron to do that. But not that there aren't complete morons out there. Prasanna. Oh, this one's a terrible one. Why are elevator jokes so good? They work on so many levels. Well, you guys talking the Jussie Smollett thing. If you haven't seen it, you have to see what Dave Chappelle said about it at the time. If you search, I'm sure it'll be there on YouTube. Just search Chappelle Smollett. He's funny. I love that guy. He's so goddamn funny, and that the whole bit he did about that was really good. Jill says, "What should I get for late lunch, Curtis? Any suggestions?" Well, the first things that I always suggest when it comes to food are pizza and some form of red meat. A pizza, burger. You got a good steak sandwich place. But then again, I'm going to die soon from clogged arteries. I'm quite sure. So. It's funny you bring that up. I went to the doctor yesterday. I had my regular appointment. I got sent. Oh shit! I can't remember what it's called. But he wants me to go for this test. This is absolutely true. He wants me to go for this test, and when my wife found out that he'd set me up for this test, she immediately panicked. What's wrong? What's wrong? Your arteries are clogged. I said, I'm actually getting set for the test because there's nothing wrong with me. I'm 60 years old. Almost 300 pounds, well overweight and everything. And I have no health issues. And that is almost suspicious in and of itself. So he told me, he said, if I ask somebody, or if they come to me and they say, hey, doc, when I exercise, I get chest pains after rest. He says, I know what to do. There's a procedure. You start this series of tests right away. He said, you have nothing wrong. He said, stress tests aren't going to do you any good because he asked my routine. And he said, they'll put you on a treadmill for 5 or 10 minutes. I said, doc, I do at least 20 a day and sometimes 40, 45. He said, so that's not going to do any good. So there's this test, I guess, that it's not plaque. It's something else that can get into your veins themselves that lead in and out of the heart. And it just tests for this buildup. And he said it's new, so insurance doesn't cover it. He said, so I wanted to make sure. It's only $75. $75 for any medical test is amazing. But it's some sort of CAT scan. And so I have to go for a heart test because there's nothing apparently wrong with me. God damn it, we're going to find something. Yes, that's basically it, Big Green. And even my doctor's a great guy, super guy. And even he was kind of laughing about it. He says, I just want to make sure. He says, because the lifestyle you lead, by my own admission, is not a healthy lifestyle. He said, and I just want to make sure. He said, let's just do this test. Plus, he said the whole thing, too, especially with the wrestling and shit. I know I have a really high tolerance for pain. He said, I want to make sure that you aren't having some sort of discomfort that you're just blowing off or something. He said, let's just do this test and look. So I'm like, okay. Jack says, got any good scumbag booker or promoter stories from wrestling? I'll tell you, Jack, I've been pretty lucky. Um, not anything, not anything of note. I mean, nothing to compete with other stories you'll hear. I've had some guys that were just kind of douchebags. I've had some guys that tried to short the boys, but that's not even worth telling. That goes on all the time. Um, I guess the best one I could tell you, we had a guy, we nicknamed him Bumpy. He used to promote for us, and we were doing a show out in Rochester. Well, I don't know what happened, but we all drive out there, and I wasn't a big fan of Bumpy's. Um, the way he went about making his money that he invested into the wrestling business and everything, I wasn't a fan of. But anyway, he was an all right guy. I got along with him. But we get out to Rochester for the show. A bunch of us are there, and it was an outdoor event, and nothing is set up, and no one's there. Everything had fallen apart, and he didn't even know it. So we had two ex-WWE guys coming in. Ray Apollo, who played Doink the Clown for a while in the WWE and several other gimmicks. And I believe it was Gene, who played Hillbilly Cousin Luke. I think he was Luke, the biggest of the Hillbillies. And they were coming in. And so we get out there, and me and my friends, we're a regular group traveling together. We told Bumpy, don't worry about it. Don't pay us. It was a gorgeous day. We'll all go have some lunch because it was a daytime show. We'll all go have some lunch. We'll go home. It's no big deal. It was genuine. We knew it was real. He had everything set up. He got screwed as much as we did. But we told him, you got to play Ray and Gene. You have to pay them. And they're the ones getting the big money because they were names. I said, but you got to pay them. They don't show up for a show and not get paid. He goes, well, I'll explain it to them. They'll understand. I said, no, Bumpy, they will not fucking understand. You better pay. I said, I'm telling you, you better pay them. I said, trust me. And he was still new to the business. He's like, no. He says, I've worked with them before. They'll be cool. So anyway, Mike, my buddy Mike and I had ridden up together, and we were just getting ready to leave, and Mike and Ray and Gene pull in, and I'm like, wait, we got to watch this. So we're just standing back, and we see them talking, and nobody's getting really animated. But then all of a sudden, Bumpy gets into the back seat of their car. I'm like, oh fuck, this is going to be bad. I wanted to follow him. We didn't get in my car quick enough. I wanted to follow him, and because I want to see Bumpy get shit kicked out of him. But it was like maybe 5 minutes later, they pulled back in. Bumpy gets out of the back seat and he's like, okay, all right, see you guys later. And off Gene and Ray went, and he comes walking over to us. He goes, yeah, I paid him. He wouldn't tell us what happened, but he paid him. So that's the only that's the only story I can really give you along those lines. Barry says, I was trying to beat it to the try not to laugh, but I'm here now. Oh, I'm glad you're in with us. Nolan says, leave it to the American medical system to determine they want to take your money and run. No, that's not the case at all, though, here, Nolan. That's not the case at all. Again, my doctor's a great guy. He told me, he said, you don't have to take it. He was just explaining to me why he wanted me to take it. No, that there's nothing nefarious about it. He's telling me straight up. He says he just wants to make sure. It just seems, given the fact that, again, my age, my weight, he just wants to make sure. He's trying to protect me. So for a $75 test, if that finds something that, could somewhere soon down the line result in a heart attack or something, that's a $75 insurance policy I'm more than happy to take out. The Nutty Professor? The one with Eddie Murphy, Alex? Because originally it was Jerry Lewis was the original Nutty Professor. I did, but years ago. I don't remember much of it. When it first came out is when I would have seen it. Ma says, is the heart test with or without dye? Because that dye sucks. Give me this weird feeling like I had to constantly piss like a racehorse during the test. No, it's oh wait, I can find it for you. She sent me a message with my times after I'd left the doctor's office. I can tell you what the test is called. I don't think there's dye, Maz. Hold on just a second. I'll tell you guys what the test is called. I forgot I have it in here. Let's see what it would have been on my voicemails. It's called a CAT scan calcium score. It measures calcium buildup, I guess, in your arteries. I see. So, I know I probably should be. I'm not the type. I don't get intimidated by tests or anything like that. It just doesn't bother me. So I didn't even think to look it up. I'm sure it's right online what it is, but it's called the CAT scan calcium score. And he said you want your score to be as low as possible. 0 is perfect, and if it's higher, he said, then we have an issue. Lanairu says thoughts on the new Horizon Zero Dawn game. I just seen ads for it, little clips in the advertisements. The original one is fun. We're still getting through it here. BTG has been sponsoring that game for us for some time at the Goosh at our Patreon, and it's great. I mean, the original is great, so I'm assuming the sequel will be awesome. Yeah, like I say, I haven't finished Horizon Zero Dawn yet, but we're quite a ways into it now. Persona says, "Why are leopards so bad at hiding? They're always spotted." Yuck, 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 yuck. But yeah, that's again. I guess we could. What did I just say it was? CAT scan calcium score. I'll look it up. I'll tell you guys what it is. CAT scan calcium score. Cardiac CT for calcium scoring. This is from radiologyinfo.com. Special x-ray equipment to produce pictures of the coronary arteries to determine if they are blocked or narrowed by the buildup of plaque. It is plaque. Okay, an indicator for arthrosclerosis or coronary artery disease. Information obtained can help to evaluate whether you are at increased risk for heart attack. Exactly what my doctor said. Was the cardiac TC? How should I prepare? No special preparation in advance of the exam. Take your usual medications. Caffeine and smoking, I don't take a lot of either. I don't do any smoking, and the only caffeine I get is in diet soda. You may need to change it to a gown. No, it doesn't look like there's any dye or anything, guys. It's X-rays in varying degrees. Nope, doesn't seem to be. Doesn't seem to be, but yeah, it's just basically exactly what my doctor said. Just looking for that calcium buildup. James says Hinata wins the tournament for me because in the last episode, when her and Naruto were married, she randomly looked so much like my partner Tendon. Oh, really, James? That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to have that connection to it. Maz says that might be with dye, might not. Just in case, prepare for this feeling like you're about to piss out molten lava. It doesn't say anything about it, Maz. I didn't really, as you saw, I didn't read that deeply into it, but they didn't mention anything about dye. Could be. Like I say, stuff like that don't bother me. Nolan says, someone asked me about my view on lesbians. I guess preferably 1080p wasn't the answer they were looking for. Would have been the answer I was looking for. Chrome says, by the way, Curtis, One Piece is on infinite hiatus. Some bad stuff has happened at Toei, so a lot of their shows are off the air for now. Oh, no. Hold on, let me look at Chrome's link. Really? Oh, that's awful. Has been illegally accessed by third parties. Oh, shit. Oh, goddamn. Oh, no. Wow. That sucks. I hope it's not going to throw them way behind. I hope it's not. God damn it. Long-term thing. Prasanna, why do the French love snails so much? They don't eat fast food. Steve says, just ordered at McDonald's. They forgot the barbecue sauce in one of the McFlurries. So I take it, Steve, over the McDonald's over in England are just about as on point as the ones here. I'll tell you, just strictly, I don't know about you guys, strictly my experiences, especially lately, McDonald's is the drizzling shits as opposed to the other fast food joints. As far as being able to get your order right, price, Brax and I, if we're out and grab fast food, McDonald's is the most expensive one we go to. And, that's Wendy's, Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's, take them all in. They're the most expensive, and for some reason, can't get their order right. And at least here locally, the staff at our Burger King, it's like being in freaking Disney World again. They're all so polite and nice every single time, and efficient. Wendy's too, for that matter, but not McDonald's. McDonald's are like, yeah, welcome to McDonald's. What the fuck you want? That type of thing. Chrome says, I feel bad for the workers because that probably means a ton of their work got destroyed, I'm sure. So they'll have to probably rush to fix it, hoping it was just the shows and no employee info. Yeah, right. That's awful. I hadn't heard about that. Assidious says, Curtis, got a joke for you. Husband asks his wife, I bet you can't tell me something that will make me happy and sad at the same time. Wife says, you have the biggest dick out of all your friends. That's a good one. No, the happiness would outweigh the sadness on that one. I just want to have the big dick. She wants to do whatever she wants to do. That's whatever. As long as I know I got a big dick, I can just focus on that. But yeah, I don't have to worry about that. Ma says, the only reason why me and the wife go to McDonald's over other fast food places because McDonald's has the best options for gluten-free stuff. And the wife has a weed allergy. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, of course, we don't have anybody in our family that has an issue with gluten. So yeah, I didn't know that. Well, see, McDonald's is the closest fast food joint to us, but I will go the other way out to a neighboring town and take those extra miles just to get something else. Well, before the price of gas went up, now I may not be able to afford those extra 3 or 4 miles. Louis or Lewis, could be pronounced either way, says, Curtis, why are you ducking me? Why would I be ducking you? Okay, now there's a lot of confusion for me today. Love your stuff, by the way. I've been watching since I was a little kid. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're with us, pal. Mr. says, want to hear a joke. Shawn Michaels was a super nice guy in the 90s. He's nice now, though, from what I hear. Good father and all that. Yeah, Shawn Michaels. That's why I never met him, but I worked with lots of guys that were working with Michaels in that era. And if one person tells you something, you take it with a grain of salt. 2 people tell you the same thing, you're like, okay, maybe there's some accuracy to that. When a bunch of people tell you the exact same thing, you start thinking, okay, this guy's a dick, because those are all the stories I ever heard. Berries. Cheapest place to get gas is Taco Bell. $2 a gallon if you get a bean burrito with hot sauce. That's good. I like that. Ganairu says, thoughts on Brock Lesnar being a pro-gay and pro-trans supporter? I didn't even know he was. That's cool. Various wrestlers have come public about Brock supporting them. Well, like I say, I certainly don't have any problem with gay people. Certainly, I don't have any problem with trans people. So, no, good for him. I didn't know that. I didn't know he'd come out that way. I know he had done a couple of interviews recently that were very unlike Brock. He's very, and I don't say this to mean it in an insulting or disparaging way. It's his choice. But he's always been very, closed off, keeps his personal life and his opinions close to the vest. So recently he's had a couple of interviews where he really opened up. I like him. I'm a huge Lesnar fan. I don't give a shit that he only works a few times a year. Good for him. He's achieved a level in that business where he's worth that. Somebody's willing to pay him huge amounts of money to just work, sporadically. But I think in the ring, he's as good a performer as you'll get. He works his ass off. See, the thing about Lesnar, a lot of people don't like the fact that he will tell you right off he wrestles because he wants to get paid. He wants to make the money. And some people have issue with that. Like, well, you should be giving it to guys who, live it, love it. Hey, if they can work, great. They should make some money too. But the thing is, when you got a guy that's just there for the money, Lesnar doesn't give a fuck about winning or losing or anything. He's not going to hold the promotion hostage because he feels like he's not getting paid enough. He's not going to be pissy and do a shit job because he's not comfortable with the push he's getting. Brock Lesnar's all about, I signed a contract. This is what I'm getting paid. I'll go out there and I'll bust my ass for the money because that's what I do. And I got nothing but respect for that. Barry says, I was watching a TikTok of dark humor jokes, but then I went blind. God pulled an Anne Frank on me, and I deserved it, quite honestly. uh, Philip says, okay, Discord issues got sorted out, and I'm back. Uh-oh, nothing too big then, Philip? Nothing to worry about? Acidius says, Curtis and Callie, you can basically get a free sex change, but if you need money for a cancer treatment, too bad, too sad. Priorities are way off in Cali. Yeah, I would never. I lived there, Acidius, back in the late 70s to very early 80s, and I would go back to visit. I'd like to go back to where I used to live and just see how much has changed and stuff, but never would I live there again. Excuse me. Nolan says, I got a parking ticket yesterday and I'm pretty confused. The sign said fine for parking. I would fight that one. Can't tell you one thing on a sign, then just give you a ticket anyway. Madman says, Bob Iger needs to step down. The Disney company will be better for it. Besides, what kind of stupid name is Bob? Anyway, wait, I'm Bob. Fuck. No, man. Well, Iger is out now, but it's Bob, another Bob. You're still right, because it's Bob Chapek that's running things now. And he's the, by far and away, as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of people are concerned, he's the worst thing that ever happened to Disney parks. By far. Because even though Iger, you're not wrong. Iger did some things that I don't agree with. However, Iger was in the lineage of Walt Disney. And he knew that the most important thing, and Bob Iger was a moneymaker too. You don't get to that position if you're not. But he knew that the money making was reliant on that place maintaining its aura of magic. And Bob Chapek just does not give a shit. They had 2 Bobs in a row. Yes, they have, Chrome. Big Green says, what's wrong with wanting to get paid? That's a stupid thing to go after him for. I agree, Big Green. But you get these purists that are like, well, do you really want to be rooting for the guy that's just there for the paycheck and not the guy that you dreamed of this since the day, well, like I did, was 6 years old in his parents' backyard building a wrestling ring out of clothesline rope, and that's all the stuff I did. But guess what? I'm not the athlete that Brock Lesnar is. And even if I had gone for the big time, I would have had to try to take an entirely different route because I can't do the things he can do. I don't begrudge anybody anything like that. And if Brock Lesnar, all I care is the final product as a fan. If I'm going to pay for a pay-per-view, if I'm paying monthly for the app, Brock Lesnar goes out there and busts his ass and entertains me. I don't give a fuck what his impetus is for it. I don't care if it's just for the love of the game or for the love of money. Makes no difference. He's entertaining me. He's giving me my money's worth. Let's see. James says, not all knowledgeable people are lying to you. I don't know if are you talking in general or responding to somebody, James? I'm not sure. We're not told what to believe. We test and do experiments ourselves to prove the same results. Scientists are not lying. It's not flat. I'm lost there. No, Gabe. Any joke can be funny with the right delivery, except abortion jokes because there is no delivery. I don't know. No, Gabe. The delivery on that kid in the video we posted today, that was the one that beat me up the most in that. That was hysterical when they were doing the gender reveal. There is no gender reveal. Abortion. He goes, Jesus Christ. Chrome says he's the guy responsible for the politics pushing at Disney. Yep. Pretty sure Walt would be somersaulting in his grave. Walt was pretty conservative, big dreamer as well. Disney was meant to be a city. Well, Epcot. Yeah, Epcot was. Chrome. You'll see if you've never been on it, when you go to Disney, a ride I can't recommend enough. It's very simple, but just very basic, but very entertaining, is the People Mover. And while you're on the People Mover, you'll go underground, or not underground, sorry, into a tunnel area, and they have a really, really cool model of the city that Walt had envisioned for Epcot, the city of the future. Don't miss that one. You may have even been on it before, but if not, definitely take the time to go on that one, on the People Mover. James says neutron stars are jealous of how dense flat earthers are. How dense? I get you. I like that. That's good. Prasanna says Brock Lesnar. I think you mean the Armored Titan. Yeah, I've always been a fan. I just think he's a phenomenal worker. And again, look at what he does for the business. He tried to the WWE dropped the ball with Keith Lee. Lesnar did a hell of a job of putting him over. In that what was it? Must have been one of the what the hell is their pay-per-view there? We got 30 guys coming in all at different times. Forgot the name of it. No, it's not King of the Ring. But anyway, when Keith Lee comes down the aisle and Lesnar's in there alone, he's dancing around, and now he's the ultimate monster in WWE. And when you see him looking over at Heyman, he goes, oh, "This is a big boy right here." That's how you put somebody over. And it was that same night that he put over Drew McIntyre so big. A lot of guys being taken out in a situation like that wouldn't be too keen on it. They'd want to win that event. Brock set that up purposely to put him over as huge, taking that I forgot what he calls his kick move there, taking that kick though and selling it as a fly out over the top onto the floor. That's how you do Royal Rumble. Thank you, Steve. King of the Hill, Philip says. Keith Lee is the man. I love Keith Lee, James. They really dropped the ball with him, WWE. I like Keith Lee a lot. Yes, Royal Rumble. And again, that's all on Lesnar. That's him. He's doing it for a paycheck, and he's taking care of business. And when Lesnar takes care of business, that means everybody gets paid. Because when you got somebody out there working their ass off, and like I say, entertaining everybody, that's all that matters. Because then they'll tune in the next time, and everybody gets paid. Me too, James says I enjoy the channel being more about fun. I do too. I'm gonna play. I'm hoping to post it tomorrow. I was hoping to get time later. I just downloaded a game. It's just called The Test, and I happen to be on Markiplier's page. I like Markiplier, and I was just looking around at what he's been doing recently. I was going to watch a video, and I saw he played this game, and then I didn't want to. When I got an inkling of what it was about, I didn't want to watch his video first because now I want to play it. So I'm going to play it. I'll record it, but then I want to go watch Mark do it. But apparently it's a series of questions, personal questions that you're supposed to answer honestly. And I guess it comes to some sort of conclusion about you. But it just looked like it'd be fun. So I'm going to record that. Madman says, comedy lets us see the humor and faults in ourselves, and in many cases brings people closer together. Truth. That's why they say laughter is the best medicine. So is this person an anti-vaxxer too? It does, Oren. I didn't realize that when I was doing it. A lot of people have said that. Oren says that intro you do with the Dragon Balls looks like a school-issued pizza pie. Yes, I don't know. Is it more school-issued? I think it more looks like a deep dish pizza. Well, of course, I don't know. Our school, 800 years ago when I went to school, we had, most of you guys, at least Americans, I don't know if they're international, have seen, because I still like them to this day, Elio's Pizza. It's just these little frozen pizzas that come in 9 pieces per box, 3 per strip. And they look just like Elio's, but they were much grosser than Elio's when I went to school. Louis says, what's your opinion on AEW? Do you think it'll ever beat the WWE? Probably not. I think it's good. I think they've got a lot of good athletes. The writing has been okay. It's just so difficult to take down a name as entrenched in, I was going to say in American society, but in world society as WWE. It's possible, but do I think they'll ever outshine them or overtake them as far as ratings and where they sit on the hierarchy in wrestling? No, probably not. Chrome says, was it just Epcot? It's been ages since I read into it. I just know he brought up all that wetland with that plan in mind. Now I can think about it as a Carousel of Progress ride. Love that. I do too. I like Carousel of Progress. Yeah, I do too, Chrome. Well, now Magic Kingdom, that that was modeled after his home in he was from Missouri, right? His hometown in Missouri. That's what all that is. And then Epcot was going to be the city of the future. That was his vision. But yeah, I like Carousel of Progress. And then you come out of I come out of that ride, and that stupid song is stuck in your head the rest of the day. Oh, you don't have to tell me that code. He says, "I'm sorry, Curtis, but deep dish is not a pizza. I don't like deep dish pizza." I Well, for one thing, the Chicago style pizzas. First of all, they put way too much sauce on it, and I don't like. I order my pizzas light on the sauce. So there's no way I'm going to be able to do the deep dish ones with all that sauce in there. No, not my thing. Something Stan says the greatest moment of One Piece happened on the newest chapter. Best moment of the whole series. Wano is the best arc, and Monkey fucking D. Luffy is the goat. That's why it's so sad. You know what Chrome just excuse me, guys, got to go my nose. Alerted us to with the issues at Toei. I hope it doesn't push it back too awful far. That's awful. Excuse me. Persona says, Curtis, I'm 24 years old and somewhat out of shape, and I've never done martial arts before. I'll be joining MMA classes soon. Oh, good for you. Any advice for a first time? You mean as you're prepping for it? Cardio. You'll get a lot more out of your workouts as long as you got the lung capacity to keep going. So I would just do, I don't know what level of cardio you would be at, but get out and do some walking, some fast walking, anything. Well, cardio is anything that accelerates your heart rate consistently for 15, 20 minutes. But that's what I would say. As far as the MMA classes, once you get in, they'll mold you right from the get-go there. There's not much you need to prep that. But if your cardio isn't good, you're not going to get as much out of the classes. So getting ready to go in, that's the big thing. Get your lung capacity up. Truth, Big Green. He says, well, that's unsurprising. You like things plain, right? I don't even eat condiments. Philip says, Mom's taking my brother and his girlfriend to visit my grandparents. Hopefully she makes a better impression with them than his last girlfriend. Oh, I hope so, pal. I remember you were talking about that. Joel says, why is reverse cowgirl banned in Alabama? I've heard that one. Because you should never turn your back on family. I like that one too. Big Green. Yeah, no anime spoilers in the chat. Yeah, please, guys, no anime spoilers at all. Because, of course, not everybody knows. So the first time, the mods will just delete your comment. And if that after a second time, you just get blocked. Stan says, so for Toei, they got hacked. That's what Chrome was telling us. It's in definite hiatus, but that should be only a few weeks. That's what we're hoping for. It's happened to other anime studios before, so it won't be like months of waiting because they still have files. Well, that's good. That's what we were just talking about, was hoping that it wasn't too long. Coach says, when are you going to send gold into Russia? We need someone to bit slap Putin already. We haven't seen him in a while. At least I would know if he had posted a video on here. Haven't seen him in a while. Who the hell knows what he might be up to? I don't even want to think about what he might be up to. Kyle says Angelica is the worst character in Rugrats. I like that. That was kind of random, but I like that. Barry says, speaking of WWE, Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville are going back and forth on social media, are they? Would love to see them duke it out in the ring. Oh, that'd be cool. Sami Zayn's a hell of a wrestler. He doesn't get a ton of push or anything, but he can work the shit out of a match. Chrome says, last few days I've been looking over the different Disney Parks websites. Keep getting waves of nostalgia. The Soaring Ride voiced by Kronk's VA, Epcot's Morocco, Mexico and Japan. Oh, yeah. It truly is a really, really good time. It is. Oh, Philip says, I prefer my pizza with extra cheese, and I have acid reflux, so Chicago-style deep dish is out for me. Yep, you and me both. You and me both. Gabe, my girlfriend dumped me, so I stole her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back? Oh, excuse me, guys. Boy, I got such a tickle in my nose. I don't know that I ever had a favorite Rugrats character, Kyle. It's been years since I watched them. It was always cute. When Brax was little, we used to watch it here or there. I don't know. I'd have to go through. To be honest with you, it's been so long. I'd have to look at the character roster again just to pick who was my favorite. Madman says I was watching The Human Centipede when I came up with a fitting tagline for it. The Human Centipede, making ends meet. That's pretty good, Money More. Chicago deep dish pizza is like cheesecake with real cheese. That's pretty good. Excuse me, guys. Gabe says I was digging a hole in the garden when I found some gold coins. I was about to run and tell my wife when I remembered why I was digging a hole in the garden. Oh. Oh. Kevin Nash once went on a rant about Brett not doing shit to get a raise, which meant that the other boys didn't get a raise either. Why would the Intercontinental guy get a raise if the champ is making nickels? Yeah, there's some truth to that. Certainly from mid-roster down, at least. I mean, the guys in the top end, especially what you guys know, nowadays, your champ is not always the highest paid member of the roster by any means. It's all about how many butts can you put in seats, how many pay-per-views or app subscriptions can you sell, and how much merch can you move. Excuse me. Milog says Golden's probably waiting for Putin in his holiday cabin or something, living under the floorboards. I'm going to goose that fucker when he arrives. I don't know what a goose is yet, but we'll learn together. Gabe says, son, Dad, if I told you I was gay, would you still love me? Dad, don't be silly, son. You were an accident. I never loved you in the first place. Wow, that one's rough. Oh, shit. Mister says, hopefully Toei thing gets sorted soon. I think that's also the Dragon Quest anime Adventure of Dai, which I just love. So good. Yeah, that is too bad. I hadn't heard anything about that. That's awful. Chrome says, the fact that Toei came out and said their files are corrupted makes me think it'll take longer. Toei has a ton of shows to work on. That's too bad. God damn. Kendo says Kevin Nash was always amazing as a businessman and great with politics, which has to be done in wrestling to get over. Period. For the most part, yeah, Kendo, and yes, Kevin Nash is a very smart guy, very sharp guy, absolutely. But yes, for the most part, you need to do a lot of politicking. If you think about it, though, that's true in any form of entertainment, really. Hell, I'm living proof. Being on YouTube is a form of entertainment, and if you don't kiss the right asses, you have things happen like you get strikes against your channel for the same content everybody else posts. Because it is an awful coincidence that this all started happening when I started speaking out more, not just about political issues, but about all the issues with YouTube itself. It did happen around the same time. FBTube says, well, it's a good thing I'm like over 50 some episodes behind on One Piece and I'm caught up with the manga. I watched the last episode before the Odin flashback. Oh, really? Yeah, you're right, FB. At least now you got some material to still continue watching and catching up on until they get going again. That's too bad. That sucks. Man, because I'm so anxious for them to keep moving along so we can go back to it again. Lindsay says, you and this are awesome. Well, thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate that. Freddie says, what is the favorite game of Syrian kids? Minesweeper. Oh, that one hurts. Ouch. Ive says the upside of the anime getting delayed is that the story with the manga should get time to develop so there will be less filler. True. That said, it's sad to hear about what happened. Certainly is. Certainly is. Philip says, got dumped by a blind girl, but I got back at her. I rearranged all the furniture in her house. How do you like them apples, bitch? Jeez. Yeah, there was a hack. Milad Chrome was just telling us there was a hack at Toei Animation. Visual FX guy says, what do vampires use for tea bags? Tampons. Stan says, have to play WWE 2K22. There's a career mode called My Rise. Yes, Brax had it pre-ordered. He's been playing it. It's the most fun I have had with a game. There's unlimited options for many storylines. One involved being a heel to steal Eddie's lowrider. That's pretty good. That's okay. That's a good spot. I like that. Oh no! And I got a vasectomy yesterday because I decided I didn't want any kids. I don't think it worked because when I got home, they were still there. Kendo says it's crazy to me just how much AEW is on a different level wrestling wise. Revolution was a complete banger. I don't know that I agree they're on a whole different level. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of great workers there. I don't think any of the problem with WWE is the wrestlers. It's the writing. That's my opinion. I think both AEW and WWE have phenomenal talents to work with. Just a matter of who utilizes them better. Chrome says, I imagine Toei's probably going to hunt down the people who hacked them as well. Curious who did it. You'd think they'd have backups and good security. Wonder if it was a professional group or idiots. Yeah. Yeah, it does make you wonder. I mean, that's you would think they would have some significant amount of security to that had to have been breached. So yeah, I agree. You wonder. Mistress says, what will come first, New Hunter Hunter chapter or Elder Scrolls 6? Louis says, hey Curtis, why don't you react to more Nux Taku videos? Nux isn't even doing a lot of anime content anymore. A professional group of idiots, perhaps. Yeah, basically Big Green. Yeah, very likely. Oh, my cock is very small. But this is a terrible pun. Why do they serve yogurt at museums? Because it's cultured. Gabe, if someone burns to death, do they get a discount at the crematorium? They certainly should, though. I mean, anytime you have to do half the job for a company, you should get something knocked off. In this case, your limbs, never mind. Ma says, some dude that was high as a kite managed to hack into the FBI, so it could completely be some idiot. It could. It absolutely could be. Yeah, pretty much, Nolan. He says, professional group of idiots, huh? So politicians hack Toei? Yeah. Well, professional group of idiots is, unfortunately and sadly, you're right. That is the perfect description. Grandmaster Expired says, good day, friend. Tomorrow I am turning a whole ancient 62. Happy birthday, my friend. You're one of the few we've ever had come through here that's got me an age. I don't like this aging thing anymore. Me either, brother. Me either. Not a fan. My wife turned 62 in about 3 weeks. Lenairu says, do you think anyone is going to be dumb to try work at a mental home that houses Christian? I hope so. Just to find that person gets. Well, we talked about this earlier. Chrome was saying, I don't know much about it. I haven't followed the Christian thing that closely. But Chrome said right now he's actually in isolation in prison. But should he end up in a mental facility? I don't see. The thing is to try and get information. What are you going to do with that information, though? Because even if you get it, once you share it, you're going to jail. So I can't imagine anyone's that stupid, but I've said that about a lot of things where people have proven to actually be that stupid. So again, like I say, so you work your way in there so that you can. Oh, I have this up. What the hell did this do? You work your way in there because you want to get these details on Christian. But even if you get them, how do you plan on spreading them around? Because as soon as you do, it's going to get traced back to you. So yeah, you would hope nobody's that stupid, but who knows? Ma says, funniest part about high guy that hacked into the FBI, he was too fucking high to remember anything about what he found. Figures. Mr. Lonely says, just watch your Addict One, try not to laugh. Oh, nice. Well, thanks. Yeah, that was a funny one. That's my favorite of his so far. That the one we posted today. King of Ice says, hey, Uga. Hey, good to have you in, pal. One of the biggest problems with the WWE is they recycle storylines incessantly. They're almost as bad as Hollywood with the no original ideas thing. Yeah, that's why I had drifted away from watching wrestling for so long. It had nothing to do with the workers, with the wrestlers. Got a bunch of great athletes, a bunch of great performers, but the writing was just so shit. Kendo says, yeah, MJF is definitely the best heel right now by far. Best heel since 2007 Edge. A lot of people are really, really high on him. He certainly can work a match. All right, guys. Well, I got to pack it up for Free For All Friday. Thank you, guys. Now, don't forget, I will be gone starting Monday. We're just not going to Disney or anything. We're just going to North Carolina, take care of some family things. Me, my wife, Spaz Kid, and his girlfriend. We'll just be there Monday through Friday. Things at the Goosh will go along just as usual. I've got plenty of videos done up ahead, so we don't miss any days. Here at the YouTube channel, I'll get some videos ahead. There might not be a new video every day, but there will be new videos while I'm gone. And if I encounter anything fun or anything while I'm down there, of course, I'll always shoot a quick video and just post it to the channel. Keep you guys updated on what we're doing. Next Free For All Friday is in danger though, because that's our travel day, and we're actually flying into Newark to New Jersey and then driving home, because the airfare rates you get out of Jersey are just phenomenally good. So I won't be home till late on Friday, but we'll make up for it at some point over the following weekend or something. But guys, thank you for the stream. Again, it's Free For All Friday. Come on, it almost goes without saying. You guys know that the Free For All Friday sticky stuff is the absolute premium. This is the top of the line. Doesn't matter what other sticky stuff you may be a connoisseur of. This is the primo sticky stuff. It is beyond compare. Wow, that was a sales pitch right there. I should do infomercials. All right, here it comes. Pampu Pampu, sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Free For All Friday, sticky stuff for everybody. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, it don't need a sales pitch because it's real. Goosh, 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 goosh. Ah, goosh.